it's crazy, you know, God gives you strength to do all things through him. As long as you keep him involved, he's going to make sure that all things that you place your hands on, right, everything that you put your foot in is going to be something amazing. And once you realize that you have that type of strength and that type of power, it can make some people uncomfortable. I mean, just imagine being around people who don't have that type of vision or insight, who don't have that type of connection with Allah. Just imagine how you can make them feel walking into a room aware of who you are, aware of who your strength comes through. You're a beam of light. Anytime that you are gifted with the grace of Allah, it's going to beam through your skin. It's going to come through your pores. And I realize that in all situations, you may be accompanied by people who don't like that. It makes them uncomfortable. And I think for somebody like me, that kind of takes me for a loop, because I'm so uplifting and I'm so positive that when somebody comes to me in a negative way, I promise you I will go from the sweetest person to the nastiest person, because I just don't understand how people can come at you wrong when all you've done is motivate, uplift, and inspire. What I'm coming to realize, the more situations that I get in, I realize that I've got to change how I respond to things. And it's so hard for me, right? Because I give my all in all things, right? Like, I go over and beyond to make sure I'm successful in everything that I do. So, and I make sure that I encourage and inspire, because the only encouraging person, or the only person that inspired me growing up, was my mother, right? So I make sure that my impact on others is always positive. But I had a couple of run-ins this past week that made me realize, like, gosh, like, I know I did what I was supposed to do. I'm so bothered by the fact that even when you do what you're supposed to do, people will still come at you wrong. And I realized that I have to change how I respond to those things. And I think that for me is growing up. Like, every day I'm continuously metamorphosing into a better person, into a bolder, stronger person. And for years, this is how I've handled things. For years, when somebody does something to me that I don't like, I become very emotionally involved, because I can't understand why they would respond that way, you know? And I realized I was having a conversation with a student, and I realized that on my behalf, what my wrong is that I shouldn't take it so personal, right? Most of the time when people are acting out or lashing out or have something negative to say or are doing something negative, most of the time it's their issue and their problem. It has nothing to do with me, right? Or nothing to do with the people that they're lashing out on. They're actually just dealing with things in their personal life and they don't know how to handle it. So you're just that one person, that one person that catches it. And in me growing and in me being a better person, I've got to learn to take my feelings out of it when stuff like that happens, because it is emotionally draining. And that was my lesson for the week. So I want to tell you guys to be encouraged and to always be the person you are. Don't adjust who you are, but definitely when difficult time comes, adjust how you respond. And that's going to be my best advice. If I could tell my young self something, if I could go back and whisper something in my young self's ear, the first thing I would say was, you move so well. You're doing such a good job. I would encourage. The second thing I would say was, while you're doing such a good job and while you're moving forward in God's light, make sure that when things are going wrong, you handle them the best you can, but do not get emotionally involved. That's what I would tell myself. And I'm just sharing with you guys what I went through these last couple of weeks, some growth. I've had some growth, some situations that Allah placed in front of me to help me grow. And I need them. Because in that regard, to dealing with mayhem and mischief, even though I handle it well, I send myself through a lot of emotional bull that I don't need. This is 𝗚𝗿cie So Awesome. I hope you guys had a wonderful, pleasant week. My week was well, a lot of growing pains. Yeah, that's it. I am missing you guys. I feel like I used to post more before I started teaching my class. Nevertheless, you guys still stay motivated and you guys still be uplifted. And I'll see you guys soon. 𝗚𝗿cie So Awesome.